Hi, so this is a video I've been meaning to do for quite a while now. Um, it's like a consumer guide. Now, I'm going to be doing just a comparison of new formats that have come out recently, past year, for the two big companies, DC and Marvel. So DC started the ball rolling um, with the compact line of graphic novels, and now Marvel have joined the camp, followed on by doing the Premier editions. Okay, so first things, size. Oh, I've got a filthy mind. Okay, so oh, ugh, don't have hair. Um, yeah, so size comparison. So that is a standard trade paperback, and that's your Premier edition. And then you have your compact comics edition. So as you can see, that smidge, about half an inch smaller all around for the compact ones. And what I will say is, good. Okay, you have your tank bands, your manga books. They are roughly. I'll go and get one. Hold on. Here's a Tankaban. So still substantially bigger than a Tankaban, but with Japanese manga, they also do what they call the signature range from Viz, and this is just slightly bigger than the Viz signature range. So these can be stocked quite happily in a bookshop, a regular bookshop, next to the manga books. So the spines are very eye-catching. They stick out because they've got the vivid coloured lettering, the DC logo, then a nice iconic reproduction, squished together reproduction of the image from the back. The Marvel Premier looks like a Penguin's fucking classic. That's the side cover. Okay, so if this was lined up, what are your eyes drawn to? You kind of bypass it because it's white, it's neutral, the lettering's fucking boring. It tells you nothing about the thing. That your manga book, that's got a lot going on, and the same with the DC Compact. It catches your eye as much as a manga book does. They've DC have basically obviously just studied how manga books are designed, how all the way from the spines to the size to the paper quality. The paper is very similar, but they've not. But they still have the colors still pop really nicely. Oh, this is going to be a weird thing, but what I will say for this, and this has nothing to do with quality or whether it's worth buying, I just like the feel of the cover of this. It's got almost like a weird, like rubber feel to it. It's very tactile on the fingers. It feels clammy. I don't know. It makes just maybe there's just something mentally wrong with me, but I can't stop touching that. That's something very tactile. But as I say, it just looks like the old Penguin Classic books, how they've done it. And the cover's really bland and boring. I don't like it's just got the figure and then this kind of like washed out, faded background. Whereas this, that catches your eye. It's dynamic, and of course it's got J.H. Williams art, so that's fantastic. But all of them, they've just got really good dynamic pages, artwork. So in this one, I think there's about 280 pages. This one's over 300 pages in this. Prices: $14.99, $9.99. Marvel, why Why charge so much? And what I will say, there's no extras in this at all. You get the story and that's it, and then adverts for the other books in the range. In this, there's all these extra bits, sketches, etc. I'm not being funny. If I don't, I just it says this book. I don't think they've thought this through. It's like it doesn't fall into either market. It's not this is a disposable book. This is what it's meant for. It's like a quick grab for somebody who doesn't normally read comics, or for somebody who's read comics but they're on a budget and they want to get the classics. And boy, have DC gone out all out. They've got the evergreens like Watchmen, V for Vendetta's coming out, Kingdom Come, Deceased, and then they've got new interesting. They've got more recent-ish stories, what the die-hard comic fans know about, but they might not be as well known to the casual reader. So things like Batman, Elegy by Greg Rucka and J.H. Williams, which is gorgeous, fantastic, great crime comic with supernatural elements. Marvel have just gone for linking it up to the films, to the Marvel universe. Again, I wish Marvel would pull away from that mindset of just thinking, oh, it's got to match what we've got on the TV or on the films. No, DC haven't bothered with that. They've just gone for, we'll get everything. They've got Static, got Wonder Woman, Earth One, Far Sector. So it's a real smorgasbord of all different kind of flavors, which is great because it's getting readers. Readers might get like the Batman Court of Owls first because Batman's the most recognizable character, and then they'll flip through and say, "Oh, the advert's in the back. Ooh, that looks good." They've also doing all these, but what they've done as well, they've also advertising the normal graphic novels. That's ingenious. That's better than any extras. I resent having to pay $5 extra if it just means you get 20 pages of extra bump at the back. This is $9.99. It's a little bit smaller, and good things about that, it's more transportable. You're not worried about it getting biffed and baffed because it's only $10. You can replace it. So this, I've taken these in my backpack to read, in the park or whatever. It's a perfect size. It serves the purpose of what a mid-range tank man serves, and it's even cheaper. And then the tank man, this is $11.99. This is $9.99. $14.99. This looks nice. Don't get me wrong. The quality of the paper is good, but the strips could be better. What they pick the same old stuff every time. Before people said, "Yeah, but Marvel DC always does Watchmen." Yeah, they do Watchmen, but then look at the other stuff that they released at the same time. They've not just gone with Watchmen; they've gone with lots of other flavors. And this is what Marvel needs to do. It needs to be a bit more adventurous. They're playing it supremely safe, and they're bringing these books out at a snail's pace. So yeah, extras are great, but what I will say, it just feels like they don't know who this is for. This it's for the casual reader. My daughter doesn't read comics; she reads manga, but she's looked through these because of the price point and the size. She thought at first it was a manga book because of how it's designed, and that's the idea. And I like how they've got their own little section in even in comic shops where they've got them in a and they've always my local comic shop is always restocking these because they're flying out. People pick them up with the regular weekly comic pool list because they're just so cheap, but they look good on the shelf as well. And I've become addicted to collecting these. Will I get these? Yeah, I've got this and I've got Fantastic Four by Hickman. So I'll be getting ones that I really want to read, what I've never read before. But I don't feel the same sense of urgency with these. I'm willing to give them a try, whoever it is, whether it's something I might not normally be that interested in. But at $9.99, it's a cheap read. You get 300 pages for $9, so less than $10, and you can just pass it on if you don't like it, or keep it on. It looks nice on your shelf. I have it on my Tankman shelf with my mangas. So yeah. So the overall winner is this: that you get more bang for your buck. Presentation is much more dynamic and eye-catching. But I will say, I like the feel of the cover, and I don't think the size is good. I think if you're going to go digest, go that size. This is neither one thing or the other, really. But if you're into your extras, then obviously this will please people like that. I've never been a big fan of extras. I'd rather watch documentaries or get comic magazines if you want to get more into the history of a comic. But it's $5 extra for the same amount, if not a little bit less pages of content. So this is the overall winner. But it's by no means it's a bad book. The presentation's okay, just a bit dull, but the strips are fine. The stories that I like. Well, I wouldn't buy it if I didn't like the writer and the artist. But yeah, I'd say for the everyman, for just general marketing idea, fantastic. DC are on a winner at the moment. What they're doing with the books, they're doing this, they're doing the compendiums, and they're doing the DC Finest, isn't it? I think like their version of Epic collections, and they're cheaper than Marvel. The Epic collection is $39.99, and you get 200 more pages than you do in an Epic collection. The compendiums are between on average about $59.99, and on some of them you get 1,400 pages. People are going to listen. People are going to speak with the money. If they see something a bit cheaper, they're willing to take a risk for that. Then they would be for something that's $5 more. So yeah, this is the winner, and I'm waffling now. So bye.